At the end of freshman year in June, I noticed, woke up one day and for some reason I felt like my neck looked really thick. Every couple of weeks we noticed it wasn't getting any thinner, it was still kind of inflated, and so we would go to a doctor. We went to about 3 doctors.
Some doctors would say, oh, she's a healthy teenage girl. I mean, she'll be fine. And that's what you want to hear. But I don't think she nor I really believed it deep down. She's an astute girl. I would say she diagnosed herself before any doctor did.
It was just a very weird time because I didn't really know what was happening. I mean, I knew that's one of the parts about being a teenager with cancer. You really know what's happening versus being a little kid and you're kind of like, oh, you know, you're just sick. But I knew it was happening, but I didn't know what to expect. And I was scared, nervous, and very sad because just as the school year was starting and I was returning for my second year in high school and I was going to see all my friends, I had to then 3 days after I entered school, I had to go and receive my first chemotherapy treatment.
Nobody really gives you definitive answers because they can't. So the doctors tell you percentages and they tell you, probability, and you sort of have hope. You ask tough questions of God too. So there's a lot that kind of runs around in your head, and to see your kid go through that's tough.
Each course of chemotherapy was a little harder than the last. When you get your treatment on the weekend and you take the full week to recover, you feel like not pretty good, but you feel okay by the end of that week. But no sooner do you feel okay, you have to go back for treatment. And it's kind of you go from a high to a low so fast, it's a little disturbing. So once I got out of treatment in December, I had a good couple of months of just recuperating before Make-A-Wish contacted me.
It's interesting because you get the initial meetings with the folks, and really your child just wants, their wish really is just to get better, and it's hard to focus on whether it's something fun or a trip or something unique, but they were incredibly kind and open with us and understanding. They came to visit us in our home, and it took her quite a while to decide what to do, but she's always been a voracious reader and maybe even someday an author. And so this idea of maybe writing a book and having Make-A-Wish help her kind of just crystallized.
It was something that came to fruition while she was sick because she did spend so much time with her little brother. He was home with me, she was home with me, she spent hours in her bed, and they would just lie on the bed together and talk, and he kept her company. So it evolved. She's
always gravitated toward the written word more than anything else, more than talking on the phone or even talking with people. And so when you read 1,000 books, I think you sort of fall in love with the idea of reading and then therefore writing.
So I came up with the idea for the story and had it mostly written before I met Make-A-Wish. The idea came from my sisters and my brother and I really love the beach. It's one of our favorite places to go. And so I thought about starting there. We have a lot of memories and it seems like there's always something for everyone at the beach. So I started to place my story there. And then from there I picked out some vocabulary words that I thought would be cool to incorporate, some words that kids could understand. And so I started weaving those in and putting them in child-friendly context.
When I told Julie the wish, she kind of hesitated, but she came to visit, and Lauren again told her the wish. I'm not sure it was something that they had ever heard before or faced, and kind of how are we going to navigate this? And they did. It's just amazing.
My family's been kind of instrumental in helping me also discover my wish, because at first I was conflicted, like maybe I should go for a more general wish, something that people have done before. I didn't really know what I wanted, and my mom's like, but you've always loved to write, why don't you make a wish about that? And it's like, yeah, that's cool. It's like, it was my idea, but I didn't know about it. It's kind of something that I didn't think was possible because I never heard of another kid making a wish about writing a book or publishing.
I think you spend so much time watching your child suffer that when Make-A-Wish gets involved, it's now watching your child be happy.
Right. It's something to look forward to.
It's something to look forward to. It's all of a sudden like the tables turn, and it's not about like the suffering anymore. It's about just being happy and getting your wish granted.
I'm sure every kid who's ever had a wish granted knows that they do it really from the bottom of their heart, and they really care, and they work with you on your wish. You know, they want to make sure that you make a wish that you really like, not something that's impulsive or something to just, you know, get it out of the way. They really want you to have what you want, and they make anything come possible. They make dreams come true, and they give you a good experience to look back on.